I'm reaching out to feel the infinite. I'm reaching out to know the divine. I'm reaching out to feel the infinite. Yeah, forever is already mine. I'm reaching out to feel the infinite. I'm reaching out to know the divine. I'm reaching out to feel the infinite. Yeah, forever is already mine. I'm already there. I'm already home. I'm already safe in my eternal soul. I'm already there. I'm already home. I'm already safe in my eternal soul. I'm going deep to feel the infinite. I'm going deep to know the divine. I'm going deep to feel the infinite. Yeah, forever is already mine. Sing along. There, I'm already home. I'm already safe in my eternal soul. I'm already there. I'm already home. I'm already safe in my eternal soul. I'm rising up to feel the infinite. I'm rising up to feel the divine. I'm rising up to feel the infinite. Yeah, forever is already mine. I'm already there. I'm already home. I'm already safe in my eternal soul. I'm already there. I'm already home. I'm already safe in my eternal soul. I'm already there. I'm already home. I'm already safe in my eternal soul. I'm already there. I'm already home. I'm already safe in my eternal soul.
Good morning, Unity Spiritual Center of Vero Beach. Woo! I'm Barbara Petrillo. I'm your platform assistant for today. I'd like to introduce our trustee of the day, Tammy Bursick. And we'd like to welcome all of you who are here for the very first time. And if you would be as brave, if you'd like to raise your hand, Tammy has a welcome packet to give out to you, which we hope you will enjoy. All right, Robert. If you are a Facebook user, please check in and let everyone know that you are here, and then to please silence your phone. And we do have a guest speaker. This is not Clive Delaporte. For a lot of you, you have met this gentleman before, but for those of you who haven't, I'm going to tell you a little bit about him. We're happy to welcome our speaker today, is Reverend Dr. Ron Frost Fox, who is an ordained minister. We talked about that person earlier and it stuck in my head. Ordained minister and a gifted speaker for over 25 years. And for those of you who have not experienced his service, lesson service, he has a very keen sense of humor and he has a very inspirational spirit. And we look forward to his lesson today. And we'd also like to welcome his beautiful wife, Becky, who is with us also today. So Reverend Fox will be doing the lesson and the meditation later on. So if you would all stand for the joy song. And after the joy song, we're taking an itty-bitty little time to go and meet your neighbor.
Barb, I'm going to play the chimes when it's time to sit down.
Yes, and before I forget, we want to say a special thank you to our guest, Rebecca, who will be doing some music for us later, and also for Kevin and Jake, who are giving their time to help out with the music team. Thank you all very much.
All right, here we go.
So we're going to be dancing, you know.
I'm here to remind you.
I'm here to remind you of your magnificence.
want to take a moment to visit with your neighbor?
Yeah. Do-do-do-do. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Please take your seats. Ring those bells, Betsy Joe. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So we do have some announcements. They are all in your bulletin. Sprout and Sky Summer Camp from June 1st to July 31st. We are hosting a summer camp for Sprout and Sky. Weekly activity themes were inspired by Florida's wildlife and ecosystems and designed to build confidence, connection, and joy for children ages 5 through 8. For more information, you can go to sproutandsky.com. On May 23rd at 3:30, our Green Team partners have a guest speaker and a potluck. Heather Stapleton from One Lagoon will be here to talk to us about how the use of plastics adversely affect our environment. See the flyer that's out in the Welcome Center, or you can speak to Gina, which I don't think she's here today. Or Kevin. And our Earth Care partner tip for May: make use of eco-friendly transport by walking, biking, carpooling, and making use of public transportation. When it comes to personal transportation, we're also encouraged to consider hybrid or electric vehicles. And at this time every month, we take the time to thank all of our volunteers, and there are many of you. Teams, people who do classes, and people do things just because. So please give yourselves a round of applause. We truly, truly appreciate you. So I'm going to do dual work here. I'm going to light the Christ candle with the affirmation that should be on the screen while I run over and light the candle. May the blessing of God and grace, its grace and good be upon me, you, and our world today, and so it is. All right, that wasn't too bad. So now we would like to take a moment to affirm our values and vision and mission. And I'm looking for my piece of paper, okay. And they should be up on the monitor as we see them. So let's take a moment to affirm and anoint the consciousness of our ministry
and community with our values, vision, and mission. At Unity Spiritual Center of Vero Beach, we value faith, love, integrity, unity, peace, prosperity, service, and joy. And our vision is a world collaborating in love and unity to co-create the blessings of peace and prosperity for all. And our mission is loving, teaching, and inspiring people to be all they are created. And at this time, I'd like to introduce our prayer chaplains, Astrid and Jackie, and Astrid will be reading the daily word.
Good morning, everybody. Yes, it's good to see everybody here. I'm honored to be one of your prayer chaplains today, and my partner in crime is Jackie Mullinex. We will be available for one-on-one prayer after the service in the chapel. Now, trust me when I say we love to pray, and we love to pray with you because we know that there is so much power in prayer. We have seen true miracles. Also, if you like to fill out a written prayer request, there is a box in the lobby. You fill out your written prayer request, put it in the box, and our prayer ministry will pray over it for 1 month. And the existing prayers have already been prayed over this morning in our healing and meditation cycle. So, without further ado, our daily word is flow. Yes, it's on the monitor. When I read this flow, I said, what are they talking about? But it's actually the flow of life, and I really like it. So, the words I speak flow from infinite wisdom. That is our affirmation. As I picture a crystal clear stream rushing down a steep mountain slope, I also see it gathering in still pools, calm, deep, and life-giving. This image reminds me that my words and actions flow from a peace that passes understanding and is nourished by divine good. Open to this infinite presence, my heart is steadied and my mind is focused. The words I speak and the choices I make become rich and meaningful. They are not surface ripples, but carry the depths of true power of spiritual truth. And as water flows from mountaintops to coastlines, the presence of Spirit flows into every part of my life and into every part of your life. Divine love pours into human experience. I am both the rushing waters and the deep pools, and from this stream of wisdom, I speak words that give life. And from Proverbs 18:4, the words of the mouth are deep waters. The fountain of wisdom is a gushing stream. And I invite you to repeat the affirmation with me. It is up on the screen. The words I speak flow from infinite wisdom. Thank you very much. And again, Jackie and I will be available in the chapel after the service. Thank you.
Namaste.
I am my mother's daughter. Tell me who's my father. I am my mother's daughter. Please tell me Tell me who's my mother. I am my father's daughter. Please tell me who's my mother. My mother is the earth swept out before me. Kneeling at her thigh, feel the dawning. I am beyond blood and bone, beyond names and thrones, beyond my control. Oh, I swallow his fire will burn deep in my soul, and I'm ever learning to let go. Tell me, brother, sister, do you feel the mystery? Does it come upon you in the dawning? Does it dawn on you in the morning? Does it dawn on you in your longing? I am
Whoop. I forgot to turn the mic on. All right. So good morning. So, I have to tell you something. I've thought about this every time I've spoken here. Years ago, somebody said to me, when I first became a minister, you're a right-handed speaker. And I said, what is a right-handed speaker? And they said, when you speak, you look to the right more often than you look anywhere else. And every time I've spoken here, I've thought, I'm the perfect speaker here, because this section is always full, and these sections always have empty seats. So, because usually I try to look both ways, and today I'm good. So, my topic today is you are never alone. So, have you ever felt really lonely, like you're set apart, like there's nobody that really knows where you're coming from, and you're feeling very, 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 very alone? I'm sure most of us have felt that one time or another, But what I want to say is beneath all of that, there's a greater reality, because there's a presence that never leaves us, a love that never withdraws from us, and a life that is constantly expressing as our life. And you are never alone is not just a comforting phrase. It's a spiritual reality. We are not isolated beings that are looking to find our way. We're expressions of the one life that's forever connected, forever guiding us, and forever holding us. So I'd like to ask you this morning to put aside any thoughts of separation, even if it's just for a little bit, and begin to remember that there's a connection that we all speak, and that we all seek, And that connection has never been absent. It's simply waiting to be remembered. So let's step into that together. And I want to begin with a quote from the philosopher John Donne. He wrote, "No man is an island entire of itself. Every man is a piece of the continent, a part of the main. Any man's death diminishes me, because I am involved in mankind. Therefore, never sent to know for whom the bell tolls. It tolls for thee." So Piero Ferruccio, I'm going to the right again. Piero Ferrucci lives in Italy, and he's a psychologist, and he's written a number of really spiritual books. And in one of his books, he talks that he must live in kind of a rural area, because he writes that in order to get to work, he needs to take the highway. But in order to get to the highway, he has to take a back road. And he wrote that one day he's on this back road and he's behind a guy on a tractor. And he said, every so often, the guy on the tractor would stop to talk to his friend. And he said, the road was too narrow for me to pass him, and I couldn't blow my horn, because I guess in that culture, doing that would be such a sign of rudeness that he couldn't do it. And so he did probably what most of us would do. He sat in his car and stewed. He was getting really angry. And then I guess the psychologist in him kind of took over, and he realized what was happening in front of him. He said the man belonged to a web of relationships, of parents, of friends, of children, relationships that were bound for generations. And all he was doing was respecting those connections. He was affirming his sense of belonging. And a sense of belonging is something that we all need, because it answers the question, what am I a part of? What am I a part of? You know, I want to digress. I just added this, what I'm going to say next, this morning. I was looking over my notes. So I had a center. I'm a CSL minister, and we had a center in Melbourne, and we went under with COVID. I think July will be 2 years or 3 years. 3 years, thank you. And I wanted to, this week, Becky and I watched a video on Netflix, and the video starred Tom Hanks, and the title is Here. Here. And it got really bad reviews, to be honest, but it really struck the two of us. And it's a story about a house. And it shows you all the people that have lived in this house over the course of a couple of 100 years. And we found it really touching. And what it did for us is it led to some really deep conversations about our life and what was good and if we had any regrets. And Becky said to me that there's really, right now in my life, only 2 regrets that I have, only 2 things that I would like to change. And one of them, and this is like 3 years we've been close, she said, one of them, I miss our connections. I miss having a spiritual home with other people. And I'd really love it if we could find a way to get that back. Now, the other thing she said she regretted was she'd love to have done it with a different husband, but that was like a whole different kind of conversation. You know, I'm going to hear about that on the way home. Our affiliations, they really define us. They give us a reason for existing. Our sense of belonging is as basic as food, as water, as having a roof over our house. Jack Kornfield is a Buddhist teacher. And he wrote in one of his books, he said, what makes us happy in spiritual life is what we could give to our community, what we could give of ourselves. He said, it's when we move beyond our limitations, our old fears, our old views. We come together in community when we bring honesty, when we bring respect, when we bring kindness, when we speak to one another with compassion. And I saw this quote, I thought, which sums it up so beautifully from Gandhi. Gandhi wrote, "The fragrance always remains on the hand that gives the rose." Isn't that beautiful? The fragrance always remains on the hand that gives the rose. So I want to give you a couple of examples of what Kornfield was talking about. And the first one is actually about him and Pema Chodron. Pema Chodron is a Buddhist nun. And Kornfield and Pema were speaking to a group of 3,000 people. Every time I read that, I think, boy, I'd love to speak to a group of 3,000 people. They were doing a workshop on compassion. And at some point, a woman stood up, a young woman stood up, and she said, "My life partner committed suicide a couple of weeks ago. And I'm grieving, I'm feeling all kinds of pain, I'm angry, I feel guilty, and I feel this tremendous sense of loss, and I feel all alone." Kornfield turned to the audience, and he said, "Would everybody in the audience that has ever lost somebody, a loved one, a family member, or somebody that you're close to from suicide?" Did I say this woman lost her from suicide? He asked everybody that has lost somebody from suicide to please stand. And he wrote, over 200 people stood up. They were able to feel the compassion with this woman. They could feel her suffering and know what she was going through, and that it's all part of the mystery of life. So I want to give you one more example, because when I read this, I thought, oh my God, that is so cool. It's about two women in Canada. And one night, it was wintertime, and the weather was horrendous. And both of these women were driving on a back road, but in opposite directions. One was going east, one was going west. One was driving because she was taking her pregnant daughter to the hospital. The other one was driving because she heard her father was ill and she needed to get to him. So they're going like this, and the wind is horrendous and it's snowing. And they get to a certain point, and they can't go any further because a huge tree is down and they can't get around it. And so what do? They get out of their cars and they tell their stories to one another. And then they exchange car keys and they go on their way, each of them in the other's car. When we open ourselves beyond ourselves, we realize that we're part of an extended family. We aren't separate. We're interdependent. And because we're interdependent, we can hold all of the beauty and all of the pain in life and breathe together with courage and with compassion. So one of my favorite spiritual writers is Barbara DeAngelis. I don't know if any of you have read any of her stuff, but she's really easy to read, and she makes some wonderful points. And one of the books she wrote, in fact, it might be the first book, I don't remember, it's called Real Moments. Real Moments. And she says in there that real moments are created between people when there's intimacy, when the boundaries between us melt and our hearts touch. And she said, love makes everything it touches sacred. It offers us the opportunity for deep spiritual awakening, because when we love, our boundaries dissolve and we transcend the illusion of separation. So, if somebody said to me, what do you think of yourself? I would say, well, I think I'm a really nice guy and I'm really a compassionate person. I want to read to you something that every time I read it, I love to read this because it kind of reminds me you still have a ways to go. This is something from Carl Rogers, who was a famous American psychologist. And listen to what he wrote. He said, before every session, I take a moment to remember my humanity. There is no experience that this man has that I cannot share with him. No fear that I cannot understand. No suffering that I cannot care about, because I too am human. No matter how deep his wound, he does not need to be ashamed in front of me. I too am vulnerable, and because of this, I am enough. Whatever his story, he no longer needs to be alone with it, and this will allow his healing to begin. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that a beautiful way to be able to live and move through life? So I want to tell you a really personal story about connection and caring. And I was thinking when I wrote this, I'm at an age where if somebody said to me, what was the best moment of your life? Well, I've had a lot of best moments, so I couldn't pick one. And if somebody said to me, pick the worst, I probably couldn't pick the one worst, but what I'm going to tell you about definitely is in the top three. So in the middle 80s, I lived in Maine, and my ex-wife and I were going through a divorce. And I stayed in the house with the kids, and I paid for her to live in a motel. And this was way before New Thought. I never heard of unity or religious science, so I didn't have a lot to go, to lean on. And so one week, my boss asked me to go on a trip. So I said to my ex-wife, her name is Barbara, I said, will you come back and stay in the house with the kids while I go on my trip? And she said, oh yeah, great. So she did, and it worked out fine when I got home. And so my boss asked me to do it again. And I asked her to do it again, and she said, oh yeah, I'd love to. The second time, when I came home and I walked into the house, I realized she had taken a moving van and taken every piece of furniture except she left one couch. She left some stuff in the living room that couldn't fit. And she left one couch that turned into a bed for me. That was for me and 3 kids. And she left me a long letter saying, I not only took the furniture, I took the kids, and you're not going to see them again. And I don't need to tell anybody here what I must have been feeling then. And so I called the police, and the police said, well, we're not going to help you because she's a parent and she can have that. And I still to this day don't understand why it's okay to kidnap kids, but in Maine, it's okay. And later on in the day, I called up my best friend who lived in the development with me. His name was Joe. And I started to tell him the story, and he said, stop, I'm coming over. And he came over, and we walked through the house together. And when we got all done, I was showing him, it was a big house, like 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, and I'm showing him how empty it is. And I am right on the edge. You know what? I'm right on the edge right now. And I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I just burst out crying. And I put my head on his shoulder, and this is why I'm telling you the story. And when I did, he whispered in my ear, don't worry, Ron. We'll get through this. Don't worry, Ron. We'll get through this. He didn't say, you will get through this. He said, we'll get through this. And it made a huge difference. Even in that moment, it made a difference because for the first time that day, I didn't feel like I was all alone. I knew I had somebody there with me. So I don't want to leave it there. I have to tell you there's kind of a cute ending to this. So years later, Becky and I are married, and we're living in Southern California, and Joe calls me, and he's got a new wife, and he said, hey, I got a business trip to California, and I got a big expense account. Pick out a really great restaurant, and I'll treat. So I picked a really nice French restaurant that my wife loved because the first time we ever went there was for her birthday, and the owner met her on the door and said, oh, Becky, happy birthday, and kissed her hand, and her knees buckled, you know. So we went there, and I thought as we were eating, that maybe just having drinks, that I had never really thanked him enough for that moment I just told you about. So I started to thank him. And as I started to thank him, I started to cry. And as I started to cry, he started to cry. And as he started to cry, his wife started to cry. And then Becky started to cry. And I often thought, here we are in this exclusive French restaurant. We walked in and we're all laughing. And 5 minutes later, we're all crying. And I thought, people must be wondering, what the hell is going on at that table, you know? Ram Dass and Paul Gorman wrote a book called How Can I Help? And in the book, they say that helping is instinctive in us. For instance, somebody slips and your arm goes out to help them. A car is in a ditch So you join other people in helping to push it out. A colleague at work is feeling down. So you let them know that you care, that it matters. It's natural, they said. You live, you help. So, as we're coming to a close here, I want you to know the truth. And the truth is that we're never alone. We are never alone. There's a presence that has been with each of us long before this moment. It lives with us when we're feeling weak, when we're feeling sad, when we're feeling alone, no matter what. You may not be able to hear it, but you can trust that it's there. It walks with us into every tomorrow. So I would say to you that I hope that each of you can walk from here with a deeper trust of life, because wherever you are, the divine is. And so knowing that, may you walk in peace. May you live in courage. And may you rest in the quiet assurance that all is truly well. God bless you. Thank you for being here this morning. So now, if you can gently allow your body to settle, close your eyes if you're comfortable doing that, and take a slow, deep breath in, and then release it. And then do it once again, and let it go. And feel yourself arriving fully in this moment. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, just this sacred now. And as your breath finds its natural rhythm, begin to notice the quiet presence within you. A presence that has always been there, steady, calm, unchanging. You may have moments in life when you feel isolated, uncertain, or disconnected. But beneath those passing feelings, there's a deeper truth, a truth that lives at the core of your being. You are never alone. There's a divine presence, an infinite intelligence. Call it God, call it spirit, call it love. It is not separate from you. It's the very life that you are breathing now. Feel that. Each breath, a reminder that something greater is living in you now. Feel that. Each breath guiding you, even when you cannot see the way. In this quiet space, sense that presence beside you, within you, as you. If there is any burden in your heart, gently place it into that presence. If there is any worry, let it be held. You do not have to carry it alone. Allow yourself to rest in the knowing that wherever you go, whatever you face, you are accompanied by an infinite love that never leaves, never withdraws, never abandons. Silently affirm within yourself, I am never alone. I am supported by life itself. I am held in love. I am guided, protected, and connected always. Let these words settle into your heart like seeds taking root. And now, take a deeper breath. Let it go. And feel gratitude for this awareness, for this truth that lives within you. And now you can gently bring your awareness back to the room, carrying this knowing with you that no matter where you go from here, you are never alone. And so it is.
I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. Inside there is peace. Inside there is joy. Inside there is sacred love. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. Go inside to find my God. I'll go inside to find my God.
Thank you again to Betsy, Joe, Peter, Jake, Rebecca, and Kevin. I'm sorry. So it is time for our offertory, and there should be places for you to give on our monitors. And our ushers, Bonnie and Gwen, will come down to collect your offertory. So at the time, if you would take your gift into your hand and join me in the offertory prayer. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And we say, thank you, God. And Rebecca, we look forward to another beautiful song.
The change is coming swiftly. I heard it in the morning singing angel songs. The valley surely lifting. Please help me to be brave. Help me to believe. Lord, on Most High, the sun to I offer you my prayer, straight from the toil and the soil of man to your golden ear. Sometimes I feel I'm drifting, the sea, the stormy sea. I fail to lend a hand. Am I waiting for your glory, a bookmark in the story of the fall of man? Lord, on Most High, your cosmos sky, I long to see your face in the souls and the eyes of man, woman, or child. I beckon for your grace. The queen of the ocean, the king of the sky, meet an altered atmosphere. I hope it will be reckoned. I'm calling you a melody. Now not holding on to fear. Lord, on Most High, your cosmos sky, I long and all the human Mother of the deep, your children weep, your sacred waters. Father of the sky, what will have I without your hand to stand?
Isn't that a sweet voice? Thank you so much, Rebecca. Now we'd like to bless our offering. Thank you, God, for the blessing of these generous gifts today. We anoint this offering with your presence and power, committing it to your purpose in our ministry and in the world, to bring the blessing of your grace and good to one and all. Thank you, God, and so it is. We would like to thank Ron for being here today and sharing a very, very private part of your life with us. We appreciate that very much. And everyone, as a reminder, please join us for hospitality after the service. And Ron, you and Becky, we would hope would join us. And we are going to stand for the peace song, followed. And we have some guests coming into the room now from our youth and family ministry. Yay! Yay!
I know we should put that up.
You are walking in the light, in the light, in the light.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as Creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step,
Let this be my joyous heart.
to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Steve.
Woohoo!
Yep. look, I gotta put the edit for next month in there. No, yeah,